Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today is just a quick update on what my fellow volunteers did this past weekend. Let's check it out. So, as I said, this is just a quick update showing what my fellow volunteers were able to get done this past weekend. Now, the day that they came here, it was raining off and on, so they weren't able to get done as much as they normally would, but there's also the factor that there's not really much left to uncover at this point. So, let me show you what they were able to get done. As you may remember from the last video, I showed how my fellow volunteers had picked up where I left off, which was just about here. They did this entire path, going down, winding around to the tree, going around the tree, and then down to the path that is connected to the entrance in between the two pillars. They also did this path, going all the way down to the wider path, which is connected to the round path in the center of the garden. They also dug out some of that path going up, but had to stop by the tree because there's a lot of roots right there, which we may or may not be able to get to. And they had also dug out the trail going all the way down here. And there's that stone that they had found that was actually laying right about here, which we had discussed, a fellow volunteer and I, that this kind of looked like a seat from a bench when it was flipped over on the other side. Now the other volunteers on Sunday had flipped it over and put it off of the path, and I thank them for that. But it definitely does look like it might have been a seat from one of the benches in here, so we'll have to look into that. And they continued on down until it got to the path that connected with the playing cards. Now this past Sunday, they continued on down to the very end of the path, right down there. And yes, you can see the wheelbarrow, so you know I did do a little bit of work while I was here, and I'll show that to you in a minute. I have to finish showing you what they did. They also cleared all the weeds out of here, which I'm assuming they pulled by hand. And there was a lot of weeds in there. It's really muddy right now because it did rain yesterday too, I believe, off and on. But they also exposed some of the bricks in front of the wall fountain. Now all around this reflecting pool was bricks just like that. There was bricks here on the cement as well. You can still see some of the remnants of it. But they went all the way around this thing. So maybe someday we'll be able to get that going too. But it would seem now that they pulled all the weeds out, there's going to be parts of this wall that have to be fixed as well. Not that it's going to need to be fixed to the point where it can hold water, because we will not be allowed to put water in here for liability reasons. But it's definitely going to be a garden for sure. Not sure what we're going to put in there, but we still have to get a list of acceptable flowers and plants, as we were told that only things that are native to the area can be put in any of the garden. So that's most of what they did. Well, I shouldn't say we, I should say they have also been taking care of some of the weeds that are growing through the bricks. We are not using any kind of chemicals. It's just a natural thing that we're using. So that's good news there. And now let me show you what I was working on as a sneak peek into what I intend on doing the next time I come here, which will probably be tomorrow or the next day. So it may be hard to see right now, but this is one of the spades of the playing cards, which was also a planter that they had little dark flowers planted in. And I'm currently standing on the 7 of spades. Just to show you what they have been doing, the fellow volunteers, as far as getting rid of the weeds in the middle. And again, we are not using any kind of chemicals at all whatsoever. But you could see that they have taken care of getting them out. So the next step is part of my little sneak peek. So over here at the 5 of spades, you can see they did the same thing over here. I took it to the next step. which is the sneak peek. How cool does that look? They probably haven't looked this good in a very, very long time. So this is a sneak peek of what I intend to do the next time I come here. I'm going to try to get to every single one of the spades the next time I come. As I said, probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll see what happens. I just can't believe it though, as I look around this entire garden and I just reflect on what it looked like the first time I stepped foot in here and how far we have all come in bringing this back to life. To say that it amazes me would be a huge understatement. Still have weeds to take care of here. It's okay, we will get to them all. We still need to figure out what to do with this here, the path that was not documented anywhere. Got to figure out how far it goes out this way and get it completely dug out and then figure out what to do with it. A friend of mine had said that she recalls being very young and her father bringing her here. And she says that she seems to remember some kind of little bridge here, you know, like just for show. Though I'm not 100% sure, because there was a tree there in the middle and it was pretty big from what the maintenance man was telling me. But I guess trees can grow rather quick. And as she's around the same age as me, that could have been 35 plus years ago. So I guess a tree could grow pretty big in that time. Again, not a horticulturalist at all, so I don't know for sure. And I've never actually watched a tree grow over the years. I will now, but never before. And it all started with the very corner of that chessboard on day one of the garden restoration, way over there. And then I believe it was on day two that I showed up and there were like six or seven of the squares dug out. And man, was I so happy about that. I also cleared out a little bit the old fountain over here. Looks a little better, but there's still a bunch of loose dirt in there. We can get rid of that. But yeah, it is most definitely coming together. I can almost see in my imagination what this place is going to look like. Wow. And that's going to wrap this one up. Hopefully you enjoyed the sneak preview that you got, and hopefully you tune into the next video, and that way you'll be able to see the finished product. Once I get the rest of those spades done, it's going to make those cards stand out that much more, and they're going to look super cool. I can't wait to see that. If you are enjoying the progress of the garden, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If you're not, just hit that subscribe button, and right next to it, hit the notification bell and select all. That way you'll be sure to be notified as soon as I upload any new videos. Also, give this video a thumbs up right there underneath the video. And for now, I'm going to get out of here, so I will see you all in the next one. Until then, make sure you stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.